Hey all, welcome back to the channel. So I want to talk to you a little bit about AI and automation. Is this really going to be a big existential crisis to human society? Do we have to worry about it? The answer is unfortunately yes. I do think that this is going to be a big issue. There are a lot of economies in the world, including the US, where most of the workforce is labor of the mind, writing programs, labor of driving cars, making deliveries, just simple actions that are easily replaced by robots. And I think, as we've seen with ChatGPT, the amount of things that AI can do for us is much beyond the scope that we thought originally. So, simple tasks, we always kind of knew these could be automated and replaced with robots or AI. But more complex tasks that we think would be creative, would be much harder to be outsourced to robots or AI. But as we're seeing with ChatGPT, that's not the case. We have AI that's able to create art, that's able to write creatively, and even create programs. So AI and automation are big existential crises to humankind. And the reason for that is because I believe that everyone needs a sense of purpose. I think hope and purpose is what really keeps society together. Sure, you may not be in the position that you want to be in ultimately in life, but as long as you're working, you're struggling, you're planning and working for a better day, you're able to keep going on and keep trying to be productive for society. But if AI and robots really start supplanting humans in a lot of these jobs and roles, it may be harder for humans to compete. And if we can't compete, if most of our days are not occupied with some type of endeavor, I think that's going to be a big problem. That could lead to a lot of chaos, a lot of fighting. It could lead to a lot of unfulfilled lives. And I think that is a huge problem for society. Not necessarily how do we handle income, how do we handle feeding everyone. Society is going to be more productive. We're not going to adopt AI and robots if it's going to yield a society that's less productive. Definitely with these tools, we're going to be more productive. So humankind should be, in some senses, richer and a better master of their domain than ever before because we have AI and robots. The problem is, what are you and I going to do on a daily basis if our jobs are replaced by robots? We all say that we want to have freedom to do whatever we want, but I don't believe that you can live a happy and fulfilling life if you're only concerned about pleasures. For example, if every day you woke up and you just had to play video games or watch movies, I don't think that that's very sustainable. Even if you've ever traveled for a long amount of time, there's plenty of consultants that have traveled all around the world, flight attendants, etc. It's exciting for the first couple months, maybe the first couple of years, but after you've traveled so much at such a high intensity, it gets kind of boring and old after a while. I really believe that the part of the root of human happiness is the sense of fulfillment. And you get fulfillment by putting your efforts, your energy towards doing something that's hard or difficult, struggling, eventually accomplishing that goal. And obviously, for those of us that strive, we always move the goalpost further. And that is what actually gives human fulfillment, human happiness, a sense of purpose of what we're doing. If there's just no opportunity in the marketplace for humans to contribute to society, or if a large portion of society are replaced by robots and don't have a purpose, I do think that that's a big problem. That's something that we're going to have to try and figure out. I don't know exactly what the solution looks like yet, but I do think that with time, there's going to be more and more automation and more of these jobs that can be replaced by robots, and AI will be replaced by robots and AI. We always thought that robots and AI could not accomplish goals with the same amount of organicism, or the same amount of intuition as human beings, that machines are pretty dumb and they can't necessarily humanize tasks the way that an actual person can. But we're seeing AI be honestly pretty creative, and there's so much data out there that it's not that difficult for AI to replicate human behavior, human communication. I definitely think that there's a future where you're talking to AI, interacting with them, and you cannot distinguish if they're an AI or actually a human being, right? I think that technology here is going to get that good. And so there are a lot of tasks that we think AI can never replace. I think that we're going to be in for a surprise actually at how good AI actually is, and there's going to be a lot of things that they can actually replace, which is going to be a big problem, honestly. I think the thoughts were that AI might replace the more menial jobs, things that are not very complex, but probably the safer, more creative jobs would be harder for them to replace. To be honest, as a software engineer, I built all types of programs, all types of applications for different industries. And the reason that I'm an expert is because I'm able to see all these different snapshots, see all these different products, their interactions, and come up with some heuristics, some simplifications that allow me to do my work more efficiently. And someone that has less experience kind of lacks that. Even as human beings, we do find shortcuts. We do find simplifications that allow us to do our jobs quicker and more efficiently. And that means that there is part of our job that can be automated, right? It may be harder to get that expertise to automate it. Maybe you need more data samples. Maybe it's harder to collect that data. But once you have that data and you've seen all the different iterations of it, then a machine will have the same kind of experience. They're going to be able to do the same type of simplification and probably be able to do the same type of product or produce the same type of product as a skilled human would be able to. So it's a rule that I think applies to a lot of high earning jobs, even, lawyers, doctors, software engineers. Even though these jobs are very well respected, high paying, there's still a lot of things that we do day to day that could be automated if we're honest with ourselves. A lot of programs do not look all that different from program to program, from mobile app to mobile app. At least I would say 70-80% of the work of building a lot of these applications are the same. As a doctor, you're diagnosing patients, prescribing medication. Of course, people are going to have different cases, but most of what you're doing can be automated as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how far AI can take things and just how much AI can replace of human labor, but I think it's going to be a big strain on society. As I said, I think that we need to have a purpose, and we have AI that could really eliminate a lot of careers for people and take away some of their sense of purpose. And that could be very problematic if we're not able to figure out how to occupy people and make them feel like they're contributing to society. So that's my thoughts. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section if you like this video or any other videos that I have. Please consider subscribing. I appreciate your support. See you in the next video. Bye.